But anyway, even if he had cholera, the source of his cholera is still in dispute. So most people thought that he had contracted cholera when he was at the restaurant. But Modeste claimed that he drank infected water on November 2nd, not November 1st. And so um it kind of begs the question, why was there unboiled water around the dining slash eating drinking area? Modeste claimed that um Tchaikovsky just poured a glass of water that was unboiled, and everyone was like, "No, Tchaikovsky, that's dirty." And he was like, "Come on, guys, it's not that deep." And he said, "I'm a hygienic man, basically," and drank the water, which I find even weird because he's not in a desperate situation like he was at the restaurant where he's thirsty. There's no way to boil the water. Like, wouldn't he just go on the stove and like pour out the glass and just boil it?
Yeah. That would make the most sense for me to do if I was in his situation.
I mean, there were some times I don't know if you guys remember this. Remember when we didn't have any hot water and we had to boil like pots of water on a stove? Like, it's not really that difficult. So I'm wondering why Modeste has dirty water on the table. But the thing is that the incubation period for cholera is supposed to be like 1 to 3 days. And so if November 2nd is the day where he starts getting symptoms, how is it possible? Like, there needs to be at least 24 hours for the bacteria, to start reacting. So a lot of people think that Modestus probably got the story incorrect, because he would have to have drank. But even then, if it's 24 hours, he would have still had to have drank it even earlier than the restaurant period, which begs the question: how much dirty water is this man drinking if this is indeed cholera? Again, these both of these situations kind of try to make it like, he's just kind of like, I just need a sip of water. But like, it seems like he's just drinking dirty cholera water on a practically daily basis in order to make sure that eventually he strikes on the cholera water. Anyhow, does anyone have anything to say? You guys are just staring at me with like bewildered eyes.
I mean, maybe it was a bad habit that he had, just not being patient enough to boil the water.
An outbreak that had started in the summer. I mean, I don't know about that, because I mean the cholera thing was happening at a very like a specific time, and I mean, like, I'm sure beforehand, like, did you just drank your water without thinking about it really? But like, I don't see, and like, if he how many years of the cholera pandemic was he like part of? Like, how long did the pandemic last? The cholera epidemic in general has started a few decades earlier, but this specific outbreak in in Russia started in August, and this was around November, so it still would have been fresh enough for him to like kind of understand the habit. Like, if because I mean, if this is a bad habit of his, then it means he was drinking dirty cholera water for I don't know how many months and live out here living.
Or what if he's like those people that don't believe in COVID? Like, he's just like he's doing it like a defiance.
It doesn't matter if whether or not he believes. If he's drinking that much dirty water from August to November, he should have been dead by August and not be still living here in November.
I don't know, mate.
Yeah, so I have to say that's a little sus. And also another weird thing is that uh Tchaikovsky preferred mineral slash sparkling water over like plain water. So if he wanted plain water and found that there wasn't plain water in the restaurant, why didn't he just take mineral water, which is already bottled, instead? So that's sus. And also, Dyagilev noted that, quote, nobody at that time drank unboiled water, and it seemed inconceivable to us that Tchaikovsky should have done so. So I don't think that your theory of him drinking dirty cholera water every single day of his life, there's a bad habit that just kept on going, and then he got on the wrong batch. So it seemed like almost everybody else, he was drinking like clean boiled